Hey everyone, what is going on? My name is Dr. Stacy Barber. I am also known on Instagram as the PhysioFix, and I'm here today to kind of share my Achilles rupture story. This is something that recently happened to me, and I'm going to document some of my rehab and my progress and kind of how I go through this whole protocol that is already set in place for the Achilles rupture. So let's go back to a couple weeks ago. It was my Christmas holiday party with my company, and we were at this place called Sky Zone, which is here in Arizona, and that's like a trampoline park. It also has like a lot of those Ninja Warrior like courses, and then you can obviously do like rock climbing and stuff like that. So I wanted to try all the things, do all the things, so I tried the warped wall, the first time I've ever tried the warped wall, and I'll share a couple videos. You can see that I was actually able to get up the shorter warped wall, and then I tried to do the taller one. Now I'm only like 5 feet 5 inches, so I'm pretty short myself, and that wall is pretty tall. I'm pretty sure it's like 14 feet tall, so pretty tall for a short person like me to try to get up there, but I was very determined to get up all the way to the top, so I kept trying. And I think I did 3 attempts that were just unsuccessful at first, and then on that 4th attempt I just was going to go for it, give it my all, and I started running and I started to push off the wall. So my left foot hit that warped wall first, and as I pushed off from that position on my left foot, that's when I felt that pop, I felt that snap, and I knew immediately that I had ruptured my Achilles. So I'm a doctor of physical therapy. Obviously, I've worked with a lot of people that have had injuries. I know how to diagnose and treat these injuries. So I just knew exactly what it was. So I came down, I kind of like just sat there for a second to be like, let me collect my thoughts, because oh shit, this just happened, you know. This is the thing that I probably would fear the most in terms of the injury recovery timeline for it, which is usually about 9 to 12 months, depending on like what activities you want to get back to. So I've always feared tearing my Achilles, and I always thought it was kind of an irrational fear, something that would never happen until it did. So anyways, I reached out to one of the doctors I knew, and I got in for a consultation. They did x-rays, they did an MRI. They showed that it was about 2 to 3 inches of separation. So usually like the gap between the Achilles, that is what determines if you want to do like the non-surgical route or the surgical route. My gap was like, it was gone, guys. It was literally so far apart, and it was actually more proximal where I tore my Achilles. So you have your calcaneus, which is your heel bone, and then you have like your soleus here, and then your gastroc, which is the muscle higher up. So I tore actually closer to like the soleus. It was like that tendon muscle junction that I tore it at, and then it had already like moved up 3 inches or so by the time that I got in for that appointment. So I was not a candidate for like a non-surgical route. I could literally not move my foot. So I went and got surgery. It's been exactly 1 week since I got surgery, so I'm going to kind of share this last week with you guys. I'm going to try to put one video every single week and kind of share my journey, maybe some tips and tricks that I've like learned along the way, and maybe some things that can help anyone else that is also experiencing an Achilles injury, because this is my first personal experience with this injury, and it's just, there's a lot like that you don't even realize that goes into it, and you can't be weight bearing, so you can't even put weight on your foot for like a very long time. So you have to use assistive devices, and it's tricky to like navigate your house and, you know, go to the bathroom and take a shower. So hopefully this video helps someone else out there out, because I'm just like trial and erroring everything. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this journey with me, and I'll kind of get through some of the stuff that I learned last week. So first I want to explain the pain, you know, that you feel post-surgical. So obviously the pain is pretty intense. It's not really the same sort of like pain like another injury. I wouldn't describe it like pain. It just feels like a lot of pressure. So it just feels like someone's like constantly standing on like the back of my Achilles, and that's very uncomfortable. And the worst thing is when you go from like laying on your back, and you know you're inclining your foot trying to like get that swelling down, you're icing it, you're doing all the things you're supposed to do, and then you stand up and you got to go to the bathroom. That pressure and gravity just pulling on that Achilles area is like probably the worst thing I've kind of ever felt or experienced. It's just constant, and it just doesn't go away. Like, so for the entire first week so far, I've had this constant pain or pressure on the back of my Achilles, and obviously I'm in a splint right now, so this is what they give you post-surgical. It has like a plaster here, so I can't actually like dorsiflex my foot upward, and it's very hard. It goes from like my toes, you know, to like my knee, so that means it's, you know, it's challenging to put on clothes, stuff like that. But yeah, there's really nothing you can do for the pain other than take your pain medication, elevate your foot as much as you can, and ice. But even the ice, like in this bulky bandage, like I can't really feel much of the ice on there. So I actually like took off a couple layers of this ACE bandage so I could even feel something immediately after surgery, because I felt nothing and nothing was helping at all. So keep that in mind. If you have a bulky dressing like I do, you might have to take some of it off. Even though they don't really advise you to do that, obviously like the plaster is what's holding your foot in place, so then you don't put your foot in the wrong position, and then you don't, you know, undo everything that's just been reconstructed. Another thing that I've learned in this last week, other than just try to elevate your foot as much as possible and ice and stuff like that, is you have to get a scooter, guys. Like that knee scooter or crutches. I actually have crutches and a scooter. So my scooter is right here. So I don't know if you can see that, but I got a basket attachment for it too, so I can try to carry things around, because it's very tricky. Like if I'm, you know, trying to go across my house and like bring a dish to the sink, how am I going to carry it? You know, you don't think about these things before when you can like move around and walk around normally. But nowadays, you know, I am in a different situation and I have to figure out ways to just be independent and try to like not rely on my husband or my friends to help me, you know, move things around and yeah, just function. So I got this cool scooter. I also got like a cushion for the knee, because you're going to be in this for a very long time, like 8 weeks. You better get something that's very comfortable. And I'm going to tag all this stuff and link it below so you guys know exactly what I think would be helpful for you to have as well. And just, yeah, just things that I think is important to purchase. They're seriously like the best things ever so far. So we got the scooter, we got the basket attachment, I got crutches too, because you can't always like navigate hallways with the scooter, so you have to have like a second option. I was looking at doing there's like a handless crutch that I found on the internet. It was like close to like 100 something to $200. So, and I was like, I don't know if that's worth it. I'm really hoping I can start putting weight on my foot like in another couple weeks. So I haven't purchased that one yet, but I have the normal crutches and I have my scooter right now, with the knee scooter. Another thing that I purchased is a shower chair. So right now, obviously I can't stand to shower, and it's quite dangerous if I close my eyes and I'm standing on one leg. You know, like there's a lot that could go wrong there, especially if you're still on pain medication. So I got a shower chair, and that's been really helpful. In addition to one of those like shower heads that's like you can move down, so then now you don't have to worry about just like turning on the shower and you're just sitting under it. You know, you can actually like move the shower head around and kind of get to where you need to be able to like clean yourself and feel better. So I'll link that as well. And I got a cast protector. It's like a cast bandage protector. All this stuff I got on Amazon, guys, because it just like gets here the quickest, and it just seemed to be the easiest option as I'm laying in bed, like, you know, figuring out how to navigate this new injury and what things I need. So I'll link all that stuff too. But yeah, the cast protector just goes around it. It just kind of like protects it as you get in the shower, stuff like that. I'm supposed to get a cast actually tomorrow. So after 1 week, you're supposed to move from a bandage to a cast. So I'm going to still be needing that for quite some time. Okay, the next thing that I have been using that's incredibly helpful, and that's really like, it's coming in clutch, is a fanny pack. I have a fanny pack on right now. Obviously, like as a female, some of the pants that I wear don't have pockets. And I'm not, you know, always wearing a sweater or a jacket so I can put my cell phone in, so I can put like things that I need in there, my medication, like stuff like that. So the fanny pack has been incredibly helpful because I can still use my crutches even with this on. So yeah, definitely like get a fanny pack or some sort of like drawstring backpack, something that you can like put things in. And I even use my backpack like to put like a water bottle in if I'm gonna go like upstairs, because obviously I can't fit a water bottle in this and I can't bring my scooter upstairs. So I'm crutching upstairs, so I just put a backpack on with my water bottle in it, and that's how I'm able to like bring things up the stairs. Okay, now in terms of like navigating stairs, the best thing to do at first, unless you have a lot of practice on crutches, is to like really scoot up on your butt and scoot down on your butt. but that gets very uncomfortable after a while. Plus, like, you literally can't use your hands, like you can't really have backpacks on and stuff like that if you're scooting around. So that's the easiest thing to do first, obviously, and keeping the foot up the whole time while you're doing that. And then, like, once you get to be a professional, obviously it's better to put, like, to do your crutches, you know, on the way up and way down. But so, like, if you're crutching down the stairs, and I'm going to put a little video right here demonstrating me crutching, like, up and down stairs. So if I'm going up the stairs, obviously I move my foot first and then move the crutches. And if I'm going down the stairs, I move my crutches first and then my foot. And I'm very, very slow, very controlled, because seriously, like, you don't realize kind of how tricky it is to balance on one leg and use crutches, let alone if you're on pain medication and just, like, you feel like weak and wobbly. Like, my right leg is so tired at this point from just having to do all the work that, like, I'm a pretty strong person, and I've done weightlifting for a long time. I, you know, take care of myself, and I wouldn't say that I'm like weak by any means. And my leg is really, really, really tired, and it just is like, sometimes it just feels like it wants to just shake because it's just so tired of doing all the work for like the last week or 10 days or whatever, how long it's been. Okay, next, in terms of driving. This one, like, is tricky because it's my left leg, so I can drive to work. I'm not on any pain medication. I do go to work right now, but it's really hard because the way that your foot is in this, like, plantar flex position, so, like, normally, like, when you're like putting your foot flat, right, it's like up here. So my foot is now in this position constantly, so it's a little bit in this plantar flex position to let it heal, and you can't ever get your leg straight, at least, like, not in the vehicle that I drive. So I'm having still a hard time trying to figure out how to navigate that. And I think the best thing that I've found is try to, like, just, like, you know, put my leg up to the side and, like, hold it on the doorway, so that my foot can just kind of hang and relax. But I'm still working on that one, so I'll let you guys know if I come up with something better in terms of how to navigate the driving situation. Couple other things. So I thought it would be easy to just, you know, do my hair and my makeup like normal, like brush my teeth, all that stuff. No, it's definitely not easy. So I use my shower chair in my bathroom to do, like, you know, the things that need to be done at the sink, and then I crutch over to, like, I have like a full-length mirror, which is really, really helpful, and I have my curling iron plugged in on the ground by that full-length mirror, and I have, like, my makeup right there, so I can, like, sit down for that. So I'm going to put a little picture of, like, my little seat that I have, like, created for myself. It's just like a little, like, piece of wood with, like, a little, like, pillow topper right now. And that's really helpful just to, like, prop up my booty, because being in, like, a scooter all day, or, like, sitting down for a majority of the day, my back is, like, really, really achy because I'm always in this flex position, this slouch position, and I'm having a really hard time, like, getting it in the other position, so extending it. So if you can, like, elevate your butt and, like, have your legs out straight, it's actually a lot better on your body, and it feels really good on my back to be in that position. In terms of exercise, I haven't been able to do anything with my foot yet. I'm not supposed to take off the splint at all yet, and then I go right into a cast. So the therapy and the exercise stuff is going to be kind of delayed in terms of my actual rehab for my Achilles, until the doctor says that I can start doing some of that stuff. So in the meantime, I'm trying to do as much as I can just to maintain my strength. The research shows that you actually, like, lose the size of your muscle with, like, 2 weeks of disuse. So you get that disuse atrophy, you get that weakness, and I swear, like, guys, I'm already feeling it. Like, I feel like my quad is shrinking as we speak. So I'm trying to do as much as I can every single day to just try to maintain as much as I can. So I actually have something in my clinic called blood flow restriction training. So it's like a tourniquet system that you put on the top part of your leg, and I put that on, and then I go do, like, you know, knee extensions on the, like, the leg extension machine, which I can do because it's non-weight bearing. And then, but now it's actually shown that you can actually maintain or improve the size of your quad with doing that blood flow restriction. So I'm doing a ton of that, and I'm using that for, like, hamstring stuff too. Other than that, I'm kind of finding some creative ways to maintain my strength. So I'll kind of show you guys some ideas right here. I'm, like, posting about my recovery on my Instagram too, so you can follow me there. But I'm, like, a competitive Olympic weightlifter, and it's really killing me not to be able to, like, do Olympic weightlifting right now, not to clean and jerk and snatch and squat and deadlift and pretty much do all the normal things, but there's still a lot that I can do. I can do all the upper body stuff I want, although my arms are tired from crutching around, like, all day long anyways. There's still obviously, like, more that I can do there. Core work, there's a lot of stuff you can do there. There's a lot of stuff for the legs that you can do. You just have to be creative. That's why I'm sharing like some creative ways to work around being non-weight bearing and still training your legs as much as you can. But yeah, that's gonna be like, I'm really ready to start walking on my foot, even though it's only been a week. Hopefully I can do that soon. Oh, and another thing that's really, really challenging, and maybe you would like an assistive device for, is getting dressed. Very helpful to have a chair to sit down in when you're getting dressed, guys. But right now I do not have like a chair at the end of my bed, which I'm planning on getting because I think that that's going to be helpful. So I go all the way down on the ground and I sit on the floor, and then I have to like rock back, you know, and like put my clothes on and stuff. But it's really hard with this bulky bandage to get clothes over my leg, right? So if you are obviously wearing pants, if it's not like summertime and you need to put pants on because it's wintertime right now, then I recommend like wearing things that like have a loose or like a stretchy like end. So these pants are like stretchy, so I could get them over it, even though it's still pretty hard to get them over the bandage, but then it won't like cut off my circulation at like my knee. But anything that like flares out would be a lot better to wear, a lot easier to get on and take off, because sometimes like just the pressure of pulling something over this bandage, even though there's a bandage there, that causes pain. So anything right now can cause pain. So try to minimize like the jarring, the moving around as much as you can. So get some pants that are like just sweatpants or something, like not trying to look cute right now. I'm just trying to like feel good and not like die from pain. So anyways, that's kind of my tip there. Oh, so another thing that was incredibly helpful is to get something to put your foot on while you sleep. I have a sleep number bed, so I can like elevate my feet as much as I can, but I was still finding that that wasn't comfortable. So like in the middle of the night, honestly the first week, guys, I did not sleep at all. I could not find a comfortable position. I could not get comfortable. Like, I am the best sleeper in the world. Like, I'm not making that up. I sleep like 10 hours a night. I've never wake up in the middle of the night. I am like the best sleeper. And this injury, like for the first week I couldn't sleep at all, drove me crazy. Like I would just wake up and it would throb, and then I'd have to, you know, get some ice, and just like going to get ice and coming back, like the jarring around caused, you know, a lot of like adrenaline, and then like my heart rate would be up, and then like I was anxious and it was in pain, and anyways, it was just this whole thing, this whole situation of like just trying to get comfortable to go back to sleep. So I found this little device, and I'll put it right here, and it's kind of like, it's a little like foam thing that's like this tall, and it has this little divot kind of built in, so then you can just put your foot right in there, and then it feels like there's like a secure spot for your leg. Because I think that was the biggest thing I was finding, is that like I would lay there and my leg would like fall to the side, and if you put it on pillows, right, then the foot falls out, it falls in. If you go on your side, you know, just there's no comfortable position, and there's nothing that makes it feel secure, like it's not going anywhere at all. I did do a little makeshift option until this thing came in the mail, and it was to put my foot in a pillowcase with a pillow, and then have another pillow on each side. So then I kind of created my own little like cave for my foot, so then it was nice and stable and it didn't move around. So I definitely recommend getting something like this. This thing like was a game changer, but that wasn't the biggest game changer. The biggest game changer during that first week for me was finding this product called Lunar, and it's from Legion Supplements, and I will link it down there. I have a discount code if you're a new customer for that one, and I had never taken it before because, once again, I'm a really good sleeper. I'm like the best sleeper. So I was struggling, and I decided to, you know, like, let me try this product. It says it's going to improve your sleep. It doesn't taste fantastic, guys, but you can get over that because it really, really works. And I'm going to show you guys. This is what I was sleeping like before. My sleep number bed like monitors my sleep. I was moving around like literally all night, and I was getting up and down all night too. Was not sleeping, right? And you can see that after the first night of taking that Lunar, this is my sleep. So I did not get up at all. I might have moved around a little bit, but I did not wake up. And then the second night of taking it, once again, did not move at all. I slept like a rock, and I felt amazing when I woke up. So if you're struggling with sleep, get that thing for your foot and start taking that supplement. And if you're planning on getting surgery and you haven't gotten it yet, go ahead and just get all these products ahead of time so you're ready to go and you won't have the same struggles that I did right after surgery.